Even if America decides that I should no longer enter America, it's okay, I will enter Zimbabwe. I'll enter Botswana, I'll enter Nigeria, I'll enter Africa, my home. Why should I be concerned about people who are going to feed me beggars and make me fat when I can go to Nigeria and eat jollof? Nice, nom. Nice food. So why must I fight for beggars instead of jollof? When we're in Nigeria, you must, DSG was there. We're given a nice jollof rice and what is that goat soup? Pepper soup by the governor of that state, Enugu state. Ah, la la. Hey, my guy, we're sweating, but we're not stopping. Sweating, but not stopping. That's how nice Africa is. So you want to threaten me that you won't give me a visa to America or give me a visa to London? I don't care.
I will never be intimidated by America. I will never be intimidated by Donald Trump. They were speaking about me in that meeting at White House. If they were not gossiping about me, they should have called me into that meeting. I would have answered everything that Donald Trump wanted from us. Banchaba basebakanna batho ba baholo ka dikhoneng ba tya transport ba ya kwa America ba yo bua ka nna slege. If they are not scared of me, call me into that meeting. That nonsense that Trump did in America, he will never do that nonsense in my presence, because I will confront him here and there with the facts. Ramaphosa could not present the facts in front of Donald Trump. You've got a coward president. He left here. Ariana, he won't be bullied. When he arrived there, he was shaking. Atatazela, achaba Donald Trump, another president scared of another president. Donald Trump said to him, when you say farmers, you mean white people. He kept quiet. Farmers do not mean white people. They are black farmers. They are white farmers. Ramaphosa is a farmer himself. He should have said to Donald Trump, no, farmers are not white. I'm a farmer myself. I am not white. Why didn't he present that simple fact before Donald Trump? Why didn't he say, there are so many people killed in South Africa, and majority of them are blacks. There is no white genocide in South Africa. Bammonchatsila with crosses. He opens his eyes in shock. I know South Africa with my eyes closed. He's unable to tell Donald Trump that is not a picture of South Africa. This picture does not belong to us. We don't have mass graves of white people in South Africa. Comrades, Donald Trump says to him, hey Ramaphosa, Donald Trump says to him, hey Ramaphosa, why are you not arresting this Julius Malema? Why is this Julius Malema not in jail? He can't respond with a simple fact that this song killed the poor, killed. He failed to defend the Constitutional Court. By failing to defend the Constitutional Court, it means he failed to protect the Constitution. And when you fail to protect the Constitution as a president of the country, you have failed in your primary duty of defending the sovereignty of South Africa. Ramaphosa is a failure, but you must understand one thing. When Trump says, why is this man not in jail? Why is this man not arrested? He simply means, why is this man not dead? Why are you not killing this man who wants to kill for white people? In that White House, my ticket was taken out. They called for my life with an attempt to silence me. They will never kill me again, because where I am dead. Because black people are dead. Black people have got no dignity. Black people have got no human rights. Black people cannot determine their own destination. They are waiting on the white supremacists to tell them which direction to take. What is this life we are living of being cowards? I'm not going to be silenced by threat of violence. I'm not going to be silenced by threat of death. When you say don't jail him, Ramaphosa should have said, in South Africa we don't jail people like that. There are courts in South Africa, and the courts have said there is nothing wrong with this song. This is not my song. I did not compose this song. I found this song. The struggle heroes composed this song. All I'm doing is to defend the legacy of our struggle. This is a heritage of our struggle. This is the song that was sang by Peter Mokaba in the presence of Chris Hani, in the presence of Winnie Mandela. And therefore, I will never stop singing a song that Winnie Mandela sang before she died. That will be a betrayal to the struggle of our people. Comrades, when they say stop singing, kill the poor, kill the farmer, they are going to say to you, stop demanding the land. Because you are offending white people, don't talk about the land. When you stop the land, they say black people must go back to Bantu education. There must be African schools. When you say no, they say no, that is not allowed. Today, a tender is given in White House without advertisement, where Rupert stands up and says, why is Elon Musk Starlink not given an opportunity in South Africa? Elon Musk's business cannot come to South Africa if it's not compliant with 30% BEE. What he did, Ramaphosa, after they asked him that, the following day, they issue out that they want to relax the BEE deals so that this Starlink can come into South Africa. There is no such a law in South Africa. That Starlink will not come into South Africa if it's not compliant with the BEE. We are not saying 30% must go to one individual. That 30% must go to black people, as many as possible, because we want to benefit from our own economy. Comrades, we must never be dictated to by business. I long told you, South Africa, that we are captured by Ruperts, that our country is run by Ruperts. How can a minister of international relations sit in a meeting? Oh, Nata Malema. Marano is a good boy. Is a what is your problem? The whole Minister of International Relations goes and sits in a meeting that deals with international issues outside the country and never uttered a word. But businessmen, the golf players are speaking, but you, the politician, who's supposed to speak on those matters, you are quiet. Why do you still want to earn a salary after being quiet? Why can't we give this salary to those white people? Because they are the ones who are speaking there.
All right. Welcome back, people. Today, I have a great news. Julius Malema has been banned to enter Europe, America, and every West countries. Do you know why I had to clap for myself? Because this is so interesting. Why? Because this mentality of Africans believing that we must go to Europe or to the West for us to benefit or to get something which is good has to end. And Julius Malema himself, he's so happy about that. Because, this is one of the sanctions that they have been always speaking about. So, according to the West, they feel like when they sanctions Africa, then Africa is going to suffer. Africa is going to die. But without knowing that by sanctioning Africa, that's when they have helped Africa a lot. Because this means that our resources will be ours and theirs will be theirs. So nobody will need others in anything. And no colonizer have ever built their colonies. No colonial power has ever built their colonial territories. They have been here for so long. Tell me anything today that we can say that we are so proud of the America, we are so proud of the Britain. Because today, all that we are having today that has been built by China and by Africans themselves. Their target or their development was not a plan to their schedule when they were coming in Africa. They were only coming here with a few reasons: taking, looting, stealing, destroying. That's all that they were coming to do. So, Julius Malema said clearly that when he's planned to go in America, he will go in Nigeria, he will go in Kenya, he will go in Zimbabwe, he will go across Africa because he is in motherland. He is where he belongs. So not going to America or Europe will not change anything. Because even if he go in America, what is he going to benefit? African leaders have been always going to America. What have they come up with? Because all time they have been always going there. The only thing that they have been coming up with is loans. The burdens to the countries, which have made their people not to develop, not to grow themselves, not to be able to manage their own life, because anything that they are getting, the small that they are getting, they are all paying to the government. The government is taking everything. The government is imposing more taxes because they have to repay the loans that they are getting from IMF and the World Bank. That's all that they have been getting from Africa. That's all that they have been bringing to us from the West. So,
no foreigners ever developed a country. The nationals develop their own countries. The future for Africa is bright. The future for Africa is in the hands of Africans. Because for me, and I hope for every one of you, the future is Africa.
All African youths today who are out of school, and the only thing they're thinking of is to go to the West, to go to the Europe, because they believe that going there is the only way they can get out of poverty, that is the only way they can get whatever they want in life, which is very wrong, totally wrong, very totally wrong. So for them, these are great news, but for us, it is a greater news. And in fact, they have to do this for each and every African leaders. Because I believe if they can do this to African leaders, Africa will well develop. We have many African offshore accounts. The Africans are investing in Africa. They are going to save in Europe, in America. The money that they are going to invest to save in offshore accounts are the same money that those people are giving out as loans to Africa. So we are taking our money as loans and we repay back with commissions. That's the game that is being played here. We take our own money to the offshore accounts. They keep to us. They use for their own developments. They come back again to take our resources. They go to sell. So their economy has been well reserved, maintained by our own money, while the situation and the status of Africa is at the same point. Poverty, people dying, and many things. No anything good that's happening here. So, my good people, I'm so happy to Julius Malema response, because Julius Malema is a different kind of leader. This one of the kind of different leader that I pray that one day he might come a president of South Africa, because I believe that if Julius Malema becomes the president of South Africa, then Africa will be in a safer place. Not only South Africa, because this is one of the leaders who are trying to fight so hard for the African continent, but not the African or the countries, not their own respective countries, but the entire continent. Whenever they come out to address, they are not addressing their people, but they are addressing the entire continent of Africa. The same to Burkina Faso President Ibrahim Traore. Whenever he comes out to address, he's mentioning or speaking in general as African, as an African, not a Burkinabe. So that is what Nkrumah was fighting for. That is what Malcolm X was fighting for. Not for the African country, but for the Africans across the world, the black people. Because the black people needed someone to save them. The black people needed someone to take them to other side of the river. They have been intimidated for so long. They have been suffered in the hands of other people. They have been mistreated for so long. Black people in America have suffered. But today, they are awake. That's why they are making a bold decision that America never expected that these people will come to do or to make. Because for so long, they have been used to be humiliated, to pass under harsh laws. But they never had any choice until the time they came to realize who they are, the truth about themselves. That's why today they are making these bold decisions to go back to where they belong. So Julius Malema have tried to show a good example of the response after he has been banned to go in Western countries, because after all, we are still having our own home, our own continent. So why do we have to go to cry for what it doesn't belong to us? Just like what is happening to the Somali community in America, they have been denied. They're being told to go back to their countries. They're not needed, but they are fighting to keep. That place. Because they believe that that place became their own place 3,000 years ago. So they are fighting to be called or to be entitled as American. Somali Americans. But we know the Somali originated from the Horn of Africa, whereby they were only intermarried with the Arabs who were coming to trade in Africa. And through this, they came to intermarry and start to give a birth to the child who came with a different skin color, which made them to believe that they are not black people, they are not Africans. And they started to behave like the people from the West, like the white people. So they never wanted to be titled as Africans or the black people, because they believe that they are not black, but they are brown. So they don't have to be associated with the black people. And today, all that they have been fighting to keep, Trump has come out. He has called them garbage. He has called them terrorists. He has called them the destroyer of America. And now today they are fighting to keep America. They are fighting to stay in America because they don't believe in themselves. They don't believe who they are.
Black people told you months ago what his plan was. Black people told you years ago how they thought about you. Black people told you centuries ago you will never be considered one of them. We have told you time and time and time again. And yet, when you get yourself up Schitt's Creek, you turn to black people and ask, why aren't you helping me? And before you insult my intelligence, best believe I would never be speaking on the people who are the actual victims of what's happening because they couldn't vote. But you know who could vote? The second generation children that they had. The people who live in this country who gladly are immigrants and vote against their best interest because they think that they're different. Miami, Cuba, Cubans, I will vote for Donald Trump. And now there's a travel ban on you. You can't write these jokes because they write themselves. And then you sit on this app and blame the 92% because we didn't save you from yourselves. We warned y'all about that man. We did everything we could to let y'all know he was very serious about enacting his plans that were inside of Project 2025, mind you, that was public before he was even elected. Y'all did not give a fuck. We did literally everything except take your hand and take your finger and vote for Kamala. Then y'all have the nerve to say we're next, as if we haven't been first the entire fucking time.
But in other side, Julius Malema has shown a different narrative. He's an African. So he's not afraid of anybody who is coming out to tell him not to go in a certain place, because he don't belong there. And it's not a must for him to go there, because he has a place, he has a home, and he has a continent to fight for, to protect, and to lead. And this is what we all Africans need to do. And to this video, I will not take much of your time, because I've showed you several clips of Malema and how things are happening. And for the from this, I believe that you already know what is happening. You are so proud of this. I believe so. So just tell me to all the comment section. Let me have your views, and from this, we'll know what to do. We are only few subscribers to the 10K, to the 10,000K, to the 10K subs. Keep on subscribing, and from this, I will appreciate your support much. Keep on subscribing and supporting, and be blessed watching from.